Hey you guys, it's Brandy Chanel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to your Insecure Season 5 Episode 4 review. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, so let's get into this week's episode of Insecure. Well, Sunday's episode of Insecure. Overall, I think the episode was really good. Not a whole lot went on, but I'm kind of glad how it ended up because you guys know I have been rooting for Nathan and Issa this whole time. So let's go ahead and get into it, right? So everyone is at Nathan's little barbecue, little event, little beach party or whatever, and Kelly and Molly and Issa arrived. Nathan and Issa have not talked since he left the house and he was supposed to spend a night. So if y'all don't know, I think it was a couple episodes back, Nathan was supposed to spend a night. He spent the night, or he was attempting to spend a night. Then him and Issa was trying to, get it in, but for whatever reason, she started crying. We found out later that she was overwhelmed and it wasn't really about him. I thought that it was about her losing Lawrence, and I'm glad to find out that it wasn't, okay? So while all this is going on, Crenshaw, the artist, the fashion designer she was working on for that project or whatever, he's going on social media bashing her, saying some real bad things about her, calling her all kinds of sellouts and things of that nature. She calls her assistant, and her assistant like, don't worry about her assistant wants to go in there and, bust a cap or do whatever they do in Crenshaw. But, Issa's like, no, we got this or whatever. Okay. So it's really kind of awkward between Issa and Nathan because it was just a weird situation. Like, it was a really weird situation. He don't know why she cried. She don't know how to feel about it, but really it's something deeper. We find out later it's something deeper going on with the both of them, okay? So they start playing spades. Issa don't know how to play spades. You guys, for the life of me, I cannot remember how to play spades. I can't, I learn. I'm one of the few black people, I learn how to play spades, but I just can't remember how to play it. I guess because I don't play it that often. Okay, so Issa, while they're playing spades, Issa notices that Nathan is flirting with Risha. In her mind, she sees Nathan eating Risha out, okay? Mind you, they are on a beach with lots of people around them. That's not what they're doing, but that's what her mind sees, right? But really, it's him, fastening up her sandals or the things of that nature. She saw something different. You know how we are as women, right? When we see a guy that we really like and we really care for, and when he's with another woman, it can be the most innocent thing, but what we see is some inappropriate type shit, right? So anyways, she starts getting jealous and starts thinking that they're messing around. Okay, so Issa is getting a drink and Risha notices Issa, and Risha's like, hey girl, come over here, whatever the case may be, right? So Issa goes over there and she is, Risha done took off her little, her little over thing, whatever she had on, a little cover up. Yeah, that's what it is, a cover up. She got all that ants going on. She got a lot of ants, okay? And, she kind of feeling some type of way because, Issa ain't got a whole lot, but she got a little bit, right? Her and Nathan are talking and she asked, are we good? And he said, yeah, and nothing's changed with me. I'm good. And she's like, are we still friends? And he said, yeah. At that point, I knew that Nathan wanted more from Issa. He wants to be in a relationship with her. And that's why I was like, yes, Issa, just tell him what you want and you're going to get it. I have been rooting for Nathan and Issa since he's come on the show. I liked him way better than I like Lawrence. I feel like Lawrence's character, yes, I remember, Issa cheating on him or whatever the case may be. And it was wrong. And if it was the shoe was on the other foot, he would be wrong too. But I felt like it's like, dang, why with me you want to be a lazy bum? But then the moment I dump your ass, now you want to start getting your life together. Now that we've broken up, you want to start getting your shit together. So I thought Lawrence's character was very manipulative, and he was very he played the victim a lot. So, but anyway, this ain't even about Lawrence, right? Okay, so something they were supposed to have barbecue. So there's supposed to be meat there, barbecue, whatever it's gonna be. They're supposed to have a big old barbecue. But the guy who was bringing the food, he brought some Domino's pizza. While he's bringing the pizza, there's an earthquake that goes on, so they end up having to evacuate the beach, right? So they ended up going to this bar. Nathan says, drinks on the shop, okay? So they're in the car, they're driving or whatever the case may be, and Nathan is with his boys. So did y'all notice that the comedian Ryan was there? I thought he did a really good job. Good job for him, right? He's talking to his friends, and he's telling them about Issa, pretty much saying that she don't know what she want. I was over there. She started crying. And once he said that she started crying was, she basically friend zoned him. And like I said, this is like a bunch of miscommunication because no one wants to be the first to say, I want to be with you. Of course, as women, we don't want to get our hopes up and be like, okay, yeah, I want to be with you. Just in case he says, I don't want to be with you. And that's what's going on between Nathan and Issa. No one wants to be the first to say, I want you. No one wants to be the first to say that. Okay, so now Issa, Molly, and Renisha, and Kelly, and the guy, I cannot think of his name, but it's one of Nathan's friends. They're driving. They're on the way to the bar. While they're driving, he's talking crazy or whatever the case may be, and then Crenshaw is still going off on social media and things of that nature. So while they're in the car, Molly and Issa are texting each other, right? And they're texting about Nathan. And so Issa's like, I think Risha and Nathan are fucking. And Molly just comes right down and asks, do you think, are you and Nathan fucking? She said, no, that's my brother. That's my bro, whatever the case may be. Again, another woman putting him in the friend zone, right? So obviously they're just friends, but Molly, I'm sorry, not Molly. Issa now is thinking that he just don't fuck with her. And Molly's response is like, yo, what you gonna do? Like, say something. Somebody has to be the first to say something, right? Okay, so Nathan's two friends, I think the one is Artis or Arcus or whatever his name was. I don't know what his name was. And the other guy are basically they're basically challenging each other to see who's going to fuck Molly first, which I don't like that look for Molly. Like, I don't. Because, and I hate, I know y'all get triggered when I ask this, but she's one of the darkest on the show. And it's like, why? I guess she's at this point in her life where she just wants to fuck. She don't really want to be in a relationship with nobody because she don't really know what she want in a man. So now she just want to fuck. And if that's the case, I'm all for it. But it's like these two kind of, dueling it out, duking it out to fuck her first. I wasn't feeling that, but go with it, I guess. Nathan and Issa are talking, and she basically said that why did he leave that night? So of course we all know he was trying to spend the night, but when she cried, he got up and left. She said, I expected you to be there next morning. He said, I didn't know any of those expectations, was occurring between one of us. Okay. And they basically settled that no one said anything else. They basically settled it right then and there. Nathan's cousin and his wife come in, and it's kind of some weird energy. So when Nathan's cousin's wife is speaking, her name is Velma, right? When she's speaking, it's like, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I thought maybe there was some history between the two. Maybe my mind automatically went to fucking like, oh, he must have fucked her while the cousin was out, or something happened. But we come to find out later that's not right. Everyone is exchanging stories, and they decide to go to Jason Derulo's party or whatever the case may be. So they're on the way to the party, and Crenshaw is tweeting again about Issa and her work. She tweets him back, and they're kind of going through that back and forth. And Issa's thing is, she's gotten this far, and she's afraid because she's now seeing success that it's going to fail. And that's a lot of worries that we all have as individuals, that once we start seeing success, something is going to happen where it's going to be taken away from us, or we're just going to fail. Like, that's a normal human emotion, right? So I can relate to her on that. Okay, so they are not able to get into the party. So their friend Eric or Arctic or whatever his name is, right? So he's talking to his homeboy, trying to get him in to the party or whatever the case may be, is into capacity, but he could only bring in one person. He ends up bringing in Molly, okay? So Molly ends up, trying to sneak them in the back, but Nathan's cousin ends up leaving. So he's on his way out. He's already called the lift. And so they have a little conversation, right? Nathan and his cousin Thomas. And his cousin basically, Nathan is asking him like, why did she kick me out? Why did his wife Velma kick me out? And Thomas lets him know that it wasn't her, it was me. You were doing a whole lot. You kind of just came out of nowhere. You was leaving for days. You left the door unlocked. I got kids, which, is a real concern because I'm in a different place in my life than you are. You're young, you're single, you can be out doing whatever you want to do. I don't have that luxury anymore. I got a whole family over here. But I didn't want to be the one to tell you, so I just let Velma take the blame, right? And so now Nathan is feeling some type of way because he's like, that's not my life anymore. And that's why he wanted his cousin to kind of come with him to show him that I've evolved. I am not what I once was. I think if I can remember now, because I think he mentions it later on, that Nathan has not had he had something going on. I don't know if he was bipolar. He said he was manic, I want to say. So I'm not for sure what that is, but I think it has something to contribute to how he was when he was living with his cousin. So Issa goes to see him. He's feeling some type of way. He walks off. She follows him. They have a conversation, and he pretty much is telling her, I wanted to prove to my cousin that I wasn't who I once was. But fuck it. I can't change nobody's perception of me, and I can't change your perception of me. And she says, I don't have any perception of you. They start talking about the night that he came to spend the night. And she says, basically, I'm stressed out. I'm worried that I might fail, but I don't want to be just your friend. And I'm glad that she says that because now she knows that he feels the same way. And now they're in a relationship. And I love it. I was rooting for Nathan. I love Nathan. I like Nathan. I really do like Nathan's personality. I like the character he plays on the show. And he is very much so easy on the eyes, okay? So that is our review for Insecure. Like I said, it was a cute little episode. Wasn't a whole lot going on, but just enough for us to talk about, okay? Let me know down in the comments how you guys felt about this week's episode. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time.